What is up, music junkies? Thank you for tuning in today. We're back with a special guests, plural,
Yeah,
with
there's
the
three
S
of
at
them
the
today.
end. P Funk North, what's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Music Junkies, what's good, guys? Thanks for having us.
What
Just
up?
chilling. We're so glad to have you guys. I know we've been talking for a while. Scheduling was just never there. You guys are playing gigs on the weekends. I'm assuming.
We're doing some stuff now, yeah. Like it's
It's
been
starting
fun.
back up.
We've been
That's
playing
good.
some cool beach gigs around Doity, Jersey. And it's
Joyce.
just
Oh, there it
Doity
is. There it
Joyzy.
is.
some real good summer vibes, and it's dope.
That's
Woo!
awesome. Are you guys playing like every weekend?
We actually have a decent amount of stuff coming up. It's coming up real quick, like after a year off of not being able to do this type of stuff, it's filling up quick, and we're getting some cool gigs. So yeah, we're pretty much booked out most weekends, maybe one or two off here and there, but we got some cool fun stuff we're looking forward to.
That's exciting. It's exciting.
That is exciting. So we asked this to everyone. So how did you guys get started? What got you into the whole scene for music and making and your message?
Woo! Well, that's a deep question.
Very.
Because we've been playing together for a few years. This band's been together as P Funk North for like almost 10 years. I don't know what, 8 years, seven. I don't know time is a construct.
Just
My
blends
head,
together after a while.
illusion. Woo! But so we've all been playing in other bands like since we've been in middle school and high school, and just
Yep.
we've all had crazy experiences and stuff. So just I guess we can just go down the line. Real quick, I'm Dave. I play bass and I sing. That's
That is.
Kevin.
Devin, I play guitar and I sing. What's good? I'm Ryan. I play drums and I also sing and record.
Acapella. It's just a group of singers.
Everybody's sing. So, Ryan, you want to go first?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I've been doing music since I was in like fourth grade, so I've been doing music for a long time. But pretty much getting involved ever since I got back from college. I got involved in like the ska scene and was playing with different bands for a while, and really getting out there and playing in all the local scenes, and then getting into opening up for some bigger bands as well. But band I was playing with before this, was pretty much touring back and forth with P Funk North for a while. P Funk North been around for a couple years already at that point, and we ended up touring together in the what was it? I mean, pretty much like a Midwest tour.
Yeah, we
It
went out
was
to Chicago and
Chicago,
came back.
Detroit,
Yep,
came back to Jersey,
Mhm.
and
Indianapolis.
yeah, and I pretty much spent the entire time with them because I was playing in like a 7-person ska band, and there was a lot more room and a lot more weed. So pretty
Yeah,
much,
we were-
Yeah, I feel that.
It was kind of perfect.
So-
That's like how we met.
yeah,
Because I'm the sole survivor from the original incarnation of P Funk North, which is where I'm from. P Funk North, North Plainfield, Doity, Jersey. It's always kind of been like, oh, George Clayton's neighbor to the north, but for legal reasons, it's just what we've always called North Plainfield, P Funk North. But either way, so I was playing for a while, but I've been playing since about middle school. Started on drums for a while, and just I got the bug bit early, and then it's like a drug just playing these shows, and it's just progressed and progressed. And I've been fortunate enough to kind of work up through the scenes and stuff, and still really nowhere, but we're having a lot of fun
Yeah.
doing what we like to do. So and I was fortunate enough to meet these guys through other bands, and now we've been playing together for a few years, and the most recent stuff we have up on Spotify is us, the three of us. So
Yep.
we are
That's
like
awesome.
P Funk North, and Kevin he's the most recent member who is the perfect piece of the puzzle. He's just what we were missing. So
Yeah, I started playing.
Perfect.
I was like 14 years old. I was playing in a band with like 40-year-olds. They were called Mean Venus. It was an original
Mean
band.
what?
Mean
Venus, Mario.
Yeah, Mean
Come
Venus.
on.
Okay.
like the planet.
All right. I'll let
We're
that
the
pass.
Rangers.
But yeah, we played. It was fun. I was playing bass actually. And then eventually the lead guitar player at the time left, so I had to learn all the guitar parts. And they're like, "Yeah, you're the lead guitar player now." And then I actually got my friend to play bass. So we were like 14 years old playing with these like older guys. Then eventually I started my own band, where we would just play like once in a while. We'd just jam. And then I didn't start playing out until I was like 20, I want to say. Like playing out again until I was like 20. And then from there, we were just constantly playing out like every weekend. And then how I started playing with these guys, my old band actually started recording at Ryan's studio. And Ryan recorded our album. And then we needed a bass player and a drummer for a show we were playing. It was like Carnival, right?
Yeah, it was like a Carnival,
yeah.
Carnival Festival thing, you know.
And then
It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean it was a great show. And then I was like, wow.
Sister Hazel was there.
Yeah,
Is that who it was?
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
playing the
Sister
next
Hazel.
night.
Yeah, Sister Hazel headlined that festival.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
And then from there, they asked me to play a Badfish show at Starland Ballroom. I was like, oh my god,
Badfish.
yeah, that's awesome. But I've never played reggae before. They're like, you'll be fine. And like ever since then, I've just been playing reggae.
That's awesome.
So that is amazing. So what are some of your guys' biggest inspirations, and how do you feel it's impacted your music that you make?
Well, for me, like just from a young age in middle school, I became obsessed with Sublime. Like I just love Sublime. Everything about just everything, the attitude, the mindset, the music, just the matching of all different styles, like the innovation, the originality, the fucking creativity, just everything, man. So I've always been obsessed with Sublime and everything that comes along with it, like Long Beach Dub All Stars and Long Beach Short Bus and Roz One and all that stuff, and Skunk Records and Slightly Stupid, and but there's also a lot of East Coast reggae.
Like Rocksteady, you guys into that stuff?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Rocksteady. Yeah.
All right, cool.
We played with them, I'm pretty sure.
Who?
Rocksteady.
Damn, that's a sick show.
Maybe not while I was in the band. It might have been before.
Okay. Either way,
It might have
it's been a hazy couple decade or two or so. There's,
Well, with all the weed smoking, I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Also, I also love Eve Six and Shwazy and like Blind Melon. I love Blind Melon, so that's a big influence too. And just from middle school on, like just that Sublime just like impacted like how I thought and view the world. Just like, oh, okay, like it is what it is, and just like let's party and just go balls
Just have
to the wall.
fun, yeah.
Exactly.
That California music scene was insane back in the day.
Oh yeah, just
Oh,
like all those
absolutely.
bands coming up at the same time, like in the underground. Technically,
Yep.
it's just like mind blowing.
Insane. Yeah.
And like Sublime could play in any fucking genre of show. They could go play in a ska concert. They go play in a reggae.
They go
concert.
fit in
could
with
go in
anyone.
a punk or
Punk concert,
rock
yeah.
concert, anything. And that
Yeah,
I mean
you
that's
could-
kind of your guys' thing, right? You guys could do anything and play in any type of show.
We can kind of like mold a little bit to where we're playing, because like Kevin especially has like a heavier, grungier influence.
It's in the beard.
Yeah.
It's in the
Don't let
beard, yeah.
It's the metal. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so I'm into like the '90s grunge, Alice in Chains.
Yes.
Garden, all that stuff. Also into like '80s metal, even like the new metal, like
Yeah.
big rock, all that stuff.
Classic.
Then I started listening to like the, I guess like 2000s metal, like Killswitch Engage,
Yeah.
Trivium. Then I'm into like blues and stuff like that. So I take like all the stuff that I like and I kind of just put it all together, and whatever comes out comes out. But-
Okay, so we got the Sublime, we got you. Ryan, what about you? What are some of yours?
My main thing is definitely punk. A lot of
Okay.
punk growing up. But I mean, I pretty much have listened to everything. I went through a huge like prog phase where I was listening to like nothing but like Rush, Genesis, and like shit like that.
Okay.
Different time sigs and trying to like play with different stuff. Went through like a whole like thrash phase where I was pretty much just playing like big four thrash for like years. But now like my home has pretty much been like ska, reggae, and punk for the most part. I like love Derek Grant from the Suicide Machines, Alkaline Trio. Of course, Stuart Copeland from the Police is like one of my biggest influences ever. And but yeah, I mean, pretty much the punk and ska and reggae stuff is just 100% where I'm coming from.
I got another one I want to ask, but I want Mario. Let him have a shot real quick.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so on your tours and whatnot, do you have a show that was just like, oh my god, that was absolutely nuts and bonkers? Like the story. What is your story?
Oh man.
Well, if it's a tour show, it would probably be Detroit. But if you're talking about it like a just in general show,
You said Detroit earlier. That's why I was like, ooh, that might be
Yeah.
something.
Detroit was pretty wild. That was a surprise because I remember we got there and it was like a really small hole in the wall
It
spot.
was a hole in the wall little venue thing.
Yeah.
A little tiny stage. Like,
And there wasn't really anyone in there.
Rock and roll. Woo!
Yeah, there was like no one in there when we got there. Yeah.
It was just us. It was also like an art gallery, so there was some cool art hanging around you could buy and shit.
It was a really cool like just vibe. But then all of a sudden like the show started up and like 30 or 40 people just like storm in all of a sudden. It's a small place, so like you know there was crowd surfing, there was moshing. I mean, I got video of that show and it's wild. People went crazy, and I mean, you know, it was insane, and it was just a real big surprise because you know I think we had Chicago the night before, right?
Yeah.
And Chicago was a pretty good show.
Oh yeah, Chicago was good.
Chicago was fun. Yeah, what was it, the Brower House?
Yeah. We played with I forget the band name, but
it was Land Before Tim. Land Before Tim. Yeah. And,
so that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, Detroit just totally came unexpected, and yeah, that was a lot of fun.
So what shows do you think are the best? Are like the hole in the wall, small little venue, the bigger festival, or like even a fucking backyard? Which ones did you like the most?
You know, it's crazy. That's a great question because they're all great for different reasons.
Yeah.
They're all equally as good, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
So like,
and you can have like one unbelievably memorable backyard show, and you can also have like that really big opportunity show that just turns into a complete disaster. So
we've been fortunate.
You never really know.
Yeah. We've been fortunate to play with Badfish a bunch of times. They're our homies. Much love to Badfish. So we've been fortunate enough to play some cool spots with them. We played a festival up in Massachusetts. We also played a House of Independence in Asbury Park.
That's what I was gonna say.
And it was cool because like it was just such a great vibe, and like like nothing beats like a big crowd that's just like vibing and just having a good time. Because in a world of craziness and uncertainty, if you can just forget that for a second and we're all just vibing and grooving with the good times, like and dancing and just rocking out, like nothing beats that. So like it's that's what it's all about for us anyways. For me.
Yeah, but then you play the small little like backyard shows, and it's just like it's probably a way crazier kind of moment, right? I don't know. It was like everyone's in your face, and you could.
Oh, it definitely can be. Absolutely.
Play Freebird.
There's also that. Yeah.
Bro, that song hits me right here. That was my uncle's favorite song before he passed on. So I freaking love. That's a Skynyrd song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Mad respect for that. Heck yeah.
What about you guys? Think of any shows in particular?
Yeah, I was actually thinking that House of Independence show with
Badfish.
Because we were the opening band, and then we opened up with Clint Eastwood, right?
We covered Gorillas.
Yeah,
it was fun.
And as soon as we started playing that, it just seemed like the whole room just like got into it.
It filled up.
Like
it was like, oh, okay, I guess some people were here. Like, it was just really cool, and everyone just started vibing. Like, it was good.
Yeah. That or the first show I played with you guys,
which was also Badfish.
Yeah, Starland.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Once again, we were the opening band, and then it was packed. Like I was like, oh my god, we're the opening band. How is this so packed?
It's like, hey man, you wanna help us out and play a show with us? What's the show? Well, we're fortunate enough to be rocking a sweet venue with Badfish, and it's gonna sell out within a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
how could you say no to that, right? How could you say no?
It's no pressure, but I mean, I think it'd be good all around.
Tie between those two, I want to say.
I was gonna say mine are probably from the Pony. We had we had one show where we played with Badfish that was actually like indoor at the Pony.
Yeah, I could tell.
Yeah, it was indoor and it was sold out like unbelievably quick, and we got a direct support slot, so we were literally playing like right before them. And the place was so unbelievably, you couldn't move. I mean, it was like a club, like just, people like squeezed together. And yeah, I mean, when we were playing, we have a video that Dave took from the stage, and it's like, I mean, people are absolutely insane. But yeah, it would be a tie between that or just, I think it was Revolution. It was that or Sublime with Rome.
We also, we played the after parties for Sublime with Rome and Revolution at the Stone Pony on separate occasions.
When we were doing our sound check.
Yeah, we did a sound check like right before Sublime with Rome was going to take the stage.
That was Sublime with Rome?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Outside, we were doing our sound check inside, and there was like 40, 50 people in there. We just started grooving. Then all of a sudden, like, turned like 60 people. And 7, like, it just filled up.
It
We're
was our
just
sound check.
we're doing
Yeah,
like
you
a
guys are just.
sound check. And they're like, oh, and we're like, yo, come back right after Sublime with
Yeah.
Rome. We're gonna be playing
We
in
stopped
here.
playing. Everyone was like, "What the hell?" And we're just like, we're sound checking. Like, go and see the band. Like,
But we were fortunate enough to get that gig too, and a lot of those people came back because then when we started up,
Yeah.
when they were right as they finished, we played inside, and it's just crazy. It's crazy times, but like nothing beats also playing like an acoustic set where there's like some kids that are actually dancing around enjoying it, or like you see family just eating and like woo, like just having a good time. So
yeah.
Well, it
It's-
sounds like you got experience in every type of show there is.
oh, we've
That's
been
awesome.
everywhere.
That's awesome. I
Every
mean,
time.
being around for 10 years, it gets you have to be able to diversify.
Oh yeah.
No, you learned some shit. So in those 10 years, what do you say are some of the most important things that you've learned that has kind of shaped how you guys are operating now? If you care to share.
Yeah. First of all, as cheesy as it sounds, just don't give up. You just got to keep going because you got to make rejection your best friend. You're going to hear no a lot. You're going to get ghosted a lot. Like, you know what I mean? But after time, you keep going, you don't give up. You keep hitting them up. You be the guy, be the squeaky wheels. I like to say I'm real fucking squeaky. So, and then eventually eventually it starts to work out. Like, right now, we're in a cool spot. We've been fortunate enough again. I know I keep saying fortunate, but we're so grateful for it. Like, it's ridiculous to be playing with some of these bands we're playing with and networking with that we've grown up listening to and idolize, and now we're able to share the stage with them, and it's pretty cool. Like, we're a little blip on the radar. It's real tiny. It's real tiny. On somebody's radar. I don't know who it is, but after all this time, it's starting to tie together, and just very excited. And like I said, just can't give enough thanks to everyone that's just been supportive.
It's good.
Gotta be
Sorry.
Yeah. Patience.
Patience. Yeah.
So
So what?
the thing is the big thing too, because I mean I know early on hitting up a venue or something might be I don't want to bother them or whatnot, but you got a freaking million emails, they probably didn't see your shit, and hitting them up nonstop, hitting them back. I mean that's how we've gotten it talking to certain people that now they hit us back, and now we just get the show, or we we're already in communication. They're looking for our email instead of fighting through it. But that's literally just a matter of just going at it and just
for years
brute forcing it pretty much for all intents and purposes.
But I mean, you saw a huge difference, right, in booking and releasing your music back. When you first started playing to now. What do you think? Do you think it's easier now, or do you think it's harder now? Getting noticed.
The market is so saturated because with anybody could pretty much upload stuff and get it on Spotify, and there's a lot of really good stuff if you look for it, and there's some stuff that's not everybody's cup of tea if you will. So it's but everyone has the right to their creative outlet, so go for it, hell yeah. But I think it's a little tougher now because there's just so much to kind of get through to find some of these ones that might just stick out for some people or just for a certain reason or whatever.
You got to be really adaptable nowadays too. I mean, things change so unbelievably quick. I mean, Facebook continues to, make it harder and harder for bands to pop up.
Yeah.
The way they change the news feeds and all this for all the different social medias, and each one you kind of have to figure out the best way. Okay, if I make a link that's going to go away, then Facebook is going to dig it down to the bottom. And just kind of constantly being in the know and working with that. Every release we're kind of looking at what we did last time, what worked, what didn't, what's changed, and now what we're going to do next time, and trying to improve on it.
I think that's thumbs up the question I think that was asked earlier, what have you learned that is it's how we operate now, that's crucial to how we operate now. So
it's crazy because back MySpace days, MySpace was all about the music, right?
Get the top 8.
But it was all about the music. And you had your favorite music that you could put on your profile, and then your
profile page and stuff.
Yeah, it was all about music. And you go to Facebook, and Facebook's like, nah, we're cool. We're all about you making your friends and you looking cool. So I that's how I saw a huge changes in social media. MySpace died, and the music kind of died with it. And Spotify, it's not really a social network. It's just here's my
No.
music.
Just where you need to.
So you have to market yourself in
Kind of
Instagram
self-market.
and Facebook. Yeah. So how do you guys usually market yourself?
That's such a broad question. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways, for sure.
Carefully.
Choice of words.
No, I mean, I do a lot of the networking and the social media and the advertising and the promotion and stuff, and Instagram and Facebook. Instagram more so has actually helped out a lot with some of these relationships through tagging and just, and then working up, messages back and forth and some collaborations we were able to secure and stuff. It's helped out a lot. But I remember being very, almost like intimidated by the thought of it because I'd been playing in bands throughout high school and stuff, and like back in those days, like the dinosaur ages, like social media wasn't really there. We were still making flyers.
Flyers, yeah, handing out flyers.
Not that old, but we're not that young either. But
Yeah.
we're right on the cusp of like either way. So, we didn't freeze. We didn't freeze. Who was blogging? Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Mr. Freeze. But on that note, I had a brain fart because I forgot what I was talking about.
So that was where the freeze came from.
Well, that kind of okay. So that question kind of leads to my next question. What are you guys trying to do with your music? Are you guys still trying to get signed, trying to go big, trying to like tour the world, or are you guys in a stage where you guys just want to make music for yourself, or what's the next step for P-Funk?
Well, for me, like it's kind of both because like music's always been my escape, my outlet, and how I kind of like express myself, and it's just a way to just get all that bottled up energy and whatever just out there. Because sometimes, even though I talk a lot, sometimes it's tough to say what you got to feel, and most people can say that, but but at the same time, water is your best friend,
Especially in Arizona. Stay hydrated.
Oh yeah, man, I can imagine.
But what was the question?
Where do you see yourself? Like, what's the next step?
On a beach, surrounded
On a
by
beach.
seagulls, sand, and margaritas. No, okay,
Hopefully not in Jersey.
That sounds like a country song. Hold on.
yeah, we're coming. We're take our
It's a-
pickup.
It's a country western song.
Yeah. But yeah, so we want to, as much as it's for ourselves, we want to keep moving out. We want to tour. We want to have adventures. We want to see cool places. We want to spread the good vibes and have people dance and sing along and just get that good energy out there. Now more than ever, like people need it because now is really the only time we have. So there's really no other time, and we all fucking need it. So we want to get out there and tour and play. And yeah, I mean, theoretically, we'd like to make a living off it eventually. Like we have some cool gigs and some cool connections we're fortunate to have. That we got some cool gigs coming up over the next couple of weeks throughout the summer. But yeah, we'd like to get it going and tour more and record more and just keep it going. Like we're in the process of recording a bunch of new songs, so that's going to be coming out.
I want to ask you guys, what does your writing process look like, if you could articulate?
You ever see a Picasso painting?
Yeah.
I had a feeling this is where it was going when I asked that question.
You ever see Toy Story, the first one, where Woody's in the toy box, and then he comes up and he doesn't know where his hat is.
Yeah.
And the shark
And the
comes
shark
up,
comes up.
The shark comes out and he has it on. Yeah.
and he's
I'm
like,
Woody. Howdy.
Howdy.
Yeah.
that's pretty much
Yeah.
an accurate visual representation of how we write our songs.
I love it.
Usually, and we jot it down on the back of Dixie cups, just because we got to save the environment. So little cups.
You guys the little ones, not the big ones.
No. It's like the
Okay,
one
okay.
you use like when you're brushing your teeth.
With little pens.
Yeah.
Little tiny pens.
Do you guys are obviously all together right now. How often do you get together and start writing or recording?
Right, twice a week nowadays.
When we're like really going, which we've been picking back up with these gigs and stuff, and like I said, we're recording, working on the new tracks. So yeah, like twice a week, and a lot of the songs, like I mean, I would say that I'm the primary songwriter. For the most part, I'll come in with like an idea, some chords, and some lyrics. But also, they write songs too. A lot of the times, more recently, Kevin has been writing some stuff with the riffs and just like with a heavier, grungier type stuff. And Ryan has some like crazy punky stuff too.
Yeah.
And it's very collaborative, but like, you know, we'll all bring it to the table. I just have this weird thing where like I just keep having all these songs. It's like song 80s, like, yo, check it. Okay, we get this one,
Yeah.
But like, so some of them work, some of them fall to the wayside, but it's kind of just like the ones that work out no matter how it got there.
Yeah, up until recently, it's pretty much been mostly Dave, and I mean, you know, we'll throw down our parts on top of that, but Dave's coming in with the skeleton and everything like that, and pretty much the vocals and all that stuff. And now this new album that we're working on, as well as, you know, I think Anxiety as well, which was Kevin coming in with a riff as well,
which is a heavier track. Was our
Yeah, that's me and Jake were talking about that. That's one of my favorite songs that you guys have released.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, this is more of a rock, like a little bit heavier song. And then you listen to All My Heroes Are Potheads, and that's more of a reggae ska, right? It's like day and night.
Well, the thing is, all my heroes are potheads. My good friend Ed Cho, he's a comedian. He does comics on cannabis. That's a podcast as well. And he hit me up and he's like, "Yo, can you write like a theme song for it?" And I'm like, "You want something like funny or like serious?" And I that's a stupid question. It's comics on cannabis. Like, but you know, I was stoned, so I was like, "Oh man, what do you want?" And he's like, "Yeah, funny." And then kind of just came up with it. And you know, Ryan did all the production. We're very fortunate to have Ryan, who's an audio engineer extraordinaire.
It's awesome.
So we got in-house. We're in the
so.
studio now. We got in-house production pretty much. So it's, you know, an all graphic design, and videos and stuff too. So
yeah,
very fortunate that he does that, as well as keep a sick beat like a metronome. Blah! You know?
So you guys basically do all of your stuff. Like it's all.
Pretty much everything's entirely DIY, with the exception of you know, and that we sent to. We work with David Irish, who he's done a lot of production for Real Big Fish. He actually is the touring sound guy for Interrupters, I believe, right now. But any case, yeah. So with the exception of mastering through him, yeah. I mean, the recording, the mixing, everything, you know, production is all done entirely in the studio, mostly by me, but you know, with the production and everything, it's all.
He plays all the instruments. We just sit there and be like, "Nope, that's wrong. That's wrong."
You just hit the ball.
Higher notes.
Like,
can you play higher notes?
Yeah, come on. We need it higher. Come on. Zap him. Come on, man. What are you doing?
It's a Tenacious D reference. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But
this is my studio, Wild House Productions, and I mean, before I was even in P-Funk North, I mean, I was recording.
He was our engineer for the first album P-Funk North ever had, with the original guys, and you know,
I was recording Kevin's band before he joined in. So yeah.
And then so like we all, it kind of like it's
like a magnet.
It's like a Brady.
Yeah,
like
definitely. I could see that.
Of three guys from some bands that ended up playing together, and it's really, really fun.
And who could all sing? I mean, that's a plus. I mean, if you all could sing.
So we so it's been, again, very fortunate to very, very DIY, if you will. You know?
I mean, honestly, it's crazy because out of like every artist that we've talked to, there's only like maybe 3 or 4 that outsource everything, recording and everything. Everyone else does their own stuff, which is awesome because, you know, not everyone has the ability to do that, and it's
tough.
Oh, it's hella fucking tough.
That's why I can't again express how fortunate, you know, it can't. It's
Wait, what are you again? You're what? You're fortunate.
Fortunate.
Right? I'm gonna make a big fortunate just pop up on the screen. Fortunate.
We're gonna count how many times fortunate said in this.
Right.
Fortunate.
Make it a drinking game.
So, how much weed do you smoke?
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
A lot.
Most of the time.
Every day.
Every day.
Sweat.
Yeah, but I still go to work, and we still have fun and play the music, and we're able to talk to cool guys like you and shoot the shit. So I mean, I got no complaints. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, I mean, we're in California, or Jake is in Arizona, still legal. So yeah, we dabble.
So we said so I liked Alibi and that other one. Damn it, it's on the tip of my tongue. Yeah. So those are probably my favorite 2 that I listen to. But what are your guys's? Like, which ones do you like the absolute most? I know it's hard to do because they're all kind of like your babies. So
yeah. Oh man, that's a
I would
really tough
say-
question.
I think Treatment. The Treatment's probably one of my favorites, just because of the riff.
Hmm.
That was before I was in the band, but that one, yeah, I'd say that one's my favorite.
That's fun to play too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're on that track. We had our homie Mighty Mystic. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Mighty Mystic.
No.
Check him out if you're not. He did a
he's
feature
dope.
on the album. It's great. And like you said, Alibi. That's awesome. We had LD on the cut from Sublime with Rome scratching on it and shit.
Oh.
So that was epic. It was like, oh, this is awesome.
Oh yeah.
So big ups to those guys and everybody involved with all that. But what would I like to play? I don't know. I like playing with myself. No, I couldn't resist. That was very sublime. Ryan, what do you like playing?
Playing or just in
What's your
general, my
favorite song?
What's your
Yeah.
favorite song? It doesn't matter either
Honestly-
playing or whatever.
Yeah, I think my favorite tracks. If I had to pick two, realistically, I don't know if I could narrow it down to one. It would be close between Alibi, just because the scratching, the way that all came together. Remember when we got the tracks from him, and we told him, we were like, "Yo, scratch over the whole freaking thing."
Yeah, like
and
diarrhea everywhere. Just
Yeah.
do anything you want.
and then
man.
we just
Everything.
cut it up
Free
and put it
range.
together. But man, that track just came together, and it's just every single time I listen to it, it's just so much fun from the start all the way to the end. But the honestly though, I think still one of my favorites is actually from Buds, just how it came together in the way of recording, which was this song called Smoke Break. So when we were recording Buds, that was before I was in the band, but they came in with the idea of, all right, before we're gonna go into the first song, we're gonna literally just jam out this long intro. And they came in here, I think, just jammed for like
Yeah, we jammed for a
5
while.
or 6 minutes, something like that. And we pretty much took that, kept the bass and drums, took the guitar out, recorded a whole bunch, and just layered the shit out of it. And by the time we were done, it didn't even sound like a jam. It sounded like we literally orchestrated this whole long song, and it was like really awesome. And it was just like, how did this come together? We had someone scratch on it. We were like cutting all that up, and it was one of those
I
things
came up
where
with like verses like along the way, like it kind of just worked out.
I think we
It's
literally
weird
retracked vocals on that like 3
now.
times.
a couple times.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at
and
least.
then whatever ones worked, like, oh yeah, that was dope. Let's do that.
It's just like such a Frankenstein track, and it's so funny because like if you heard like where it came from and then where it got, it's just like I could never do that again. Like it just
That's once in a lifetime. It's
it's just one of those things where it's just you listen to it and it's done. It's just like, wow, okay, like don't know how we got here, but okay.
Hey, fuck it. At least it worked, right?
Exactly.
It
And that's
worked.
one of my favorites for that reason. For sure.
I do love Anxiety. That's like honestly like one of my favorites, just because like it was so cool, and like Kevin came up with that riff and basically the chords for that, and like I came up with the vocals, and Ryan was like rocking the drums and helping with the arrangement and stuff, and like so it was very collaborative. It was like the first song like the three of us kind of really like came together with like Kevin's writing and stuff, and it was just really cool. And I feel like because of when it was released, which was April of 2020,
Yeah.
it was bad timing. Like, I mean, everybody had anxiety. Like, it wasn't like, I don't know, it just like, cause I thought I love that song. I just think, it means a lot. Like someone, just everything about it. I guess also cause it's sentimental, cause it's like, our first like thing we put out with like Kevin killing it with the riffs and like going a little heavier. But either way, I love All My Heroes Are Potheads too. As annoyed as I am by now, like it's still like I hear it, I can't help but be like, oh man, like it kind of makes me smile. It's just like a summer fucking stoner anthem. So
Yeah.
in the way that it just all came together. So
We had a lot of fun making that one though.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
the video
like the
in
music
particular.
video for that too. So
Yeah.
I love those two. It's the newest ones. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe when we release the next song, that's gonna take.
That's
over.
gonna be it's gonna be your favorite. I mean, it makes sense because you guys are just barely making your own music, so
Yeah.
So-
Not for long. Get ready.
All right. So tell us a little bit about what you're working on right now. Give us a little bit of breadcrumbs. I know you're not gonna be able to tell us everything, but
We'll give you some breadcrumbs, but it's like it's an eclectic mix of awesome new songs. Some heavier, some a little more chill, but still with that like hip hop, reggae, ska type backbone. So it's going to be all up in there. But we're gonna have some cool features too. Word on the street is there's a rumor now, but I hope it comes true. LD on the cut from Sublime with Rome will be scratching again on the album, and other than that, it's gonna be a lot of well, my girlfriend's gonna be on it, so yeah, that's gonna make that happen. So that's always good.
That's awesome.
But she's a singer too, so but so it's gonna be good. It's a little bit heavier, a little bit different. And what do you guys want to say?
Yeah, I mean, it's a full length, and I think particularly though with this, it's like, Buds, I felt like kind of like stayed in one spot. Don't Even Ask, I felt like kind of like expanded out, and you had like a lot of different stuff. Anxiety, I mean, even kind of pushed that further. This, I feel like it's even pushing it further, and just the variety and the dynamic of the record is just even wider than what we've done before. And there's a lot of collaboration on there. I mean, Kevin has this one riff that just will melt your face just completely off.
The rest of them are mediocre at best.
But yeah, no, the rest suck.
It's just that one. It's just that
That's
one.
the one. That's all we got.
Just
But,
kidding.
We're riding with it.
Just kidding. This guy is like a guitar god. It's crazy.
He's
The first time I've
ridiculous.
ever, like, again, lucky with these guys. First time I ever, like, anytime we're gonna play anywhere. First time I'm not worried. Like, I know they're gonna kill it, and they're gonna fucking kill it. Like I said,
Yep.
like
Thanks,
they're masters of their craft. Even though we're all still learning, it could always be better. It could always be worse. And it's working out nicely. So we keep it going.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah. I got one more. So for recording, since that's part of what you guys do as well, how long would you say it takes you to record an entire idea into like a song before you send it off
It's a good question.
I mean, for one song,
on average?
it depends, because I mean, like, if you're just doing the one song, going through the steps versus when you're doing, let's say 10 songs, it's not going to necessarily take 10 times as long, because in each stage you're going to be recording just a bunch of songs instead of one. And a lot of the setup and the switch actually takes so much, and the going through the steps, as opposed to having multiple songs to work on.
So would it make more sense to write a single or an album?
These days, it's like everyone's pumping out singles and stuff. Basically, but
From a recording standpoint, it makes more sense to do an album at once, and even then,
we like albums. I still
Drain
like
out singles
CDs.
slowly.
I can tell the
Yeah.
stories. But basically, though, if we could record a song in a couple days. Like if we needed to, like.
if we
get in
want
there
to,
and
we
do
could
it,
record a
like,
song in 24 hours if we wanted.
If we needed to,
Absolutely.
I don't
If we
recommend.
wanted
If we
to,
needed
heck
to,
yeah.
I don't recommend it because you
Yeah.
don't want to rush anything.
No.
Yeah.
Like, like a full length, if we're like putting all of our, like all of our marbles into it, like literally
Eggs in the basket, if
yeah,
you will.
doing the whole thing, the post production and all that. Generally speaking, I would say it usually takes somewhere between 8 to 10 months usually. And
Okay.
that's because we're taking the time, making sure we get the drums done. We listen back. We say, okay, is this
We're
exactly
very
what we want?
meticulous, very
The
very
bass,
particular as well. Like
And even having a week in between to just sit there and listen to it in your car and just, eventually say, that one part keeps driving me nuts. Let's fix that now, and keep kind of building up. And, and then even once we're done, like I said, I think for Smoke Break, we recorded the vocals like 3 times. So,
but the last time I was like, aha, I got it.
If you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it.
No, yeah. I mean, you got.
The benefit of this, we're
It's
we're
your
here for
baby.
it.
You gotta make it perfect, right?
Yeah.
You can't
So-
just release something that you're okay with. You have to be fucking happy with it, or else you're always gonna beat yourself up about it. And that's how I see it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You guys like roller coasters?
Yeah.
Sometimes, as long as they're not emotional ones.
Yeah, that's great. Oh yeah, because I know you're in Arizona. I can't really think of really any amusement parks over there, but I know in San Diego you got a bunch of amusement parks around you. You going to any of those places? You riding any roller coasters, bro?
There's, it's funny. I love roller coasters, but I grew up in super poor, right? I never went to any amusement park, so I'm barely like. Now that I have an adult job, I make money. Now I'm like exploring a little bit more, and
Yeah.
I still have not been to Six Flags, but that's my next stop, Six Flags.
Nice.
Oh, dude.
Nice.
Eh,
I want to get out there and we could go.
Let's go, let's go.
Yeah, man.
So
Oh, man.
I got a question. Who are some of your, like, I know you told me your inspirations, but who do you want to like dream tour? Like,
Like
give
a
me
dream
like
gig,
a
hell
like
yeah.
like 4 bands you would love to do a tour with the United States.
Oh man, that's really tough. That's really tough.
Bad
It's like,
Visions.
just 4?
Just
Yeah, I mean,
Just 4. Just 4.
There's a lot of cool. There's a lot of cool.
Like past or present, or like.
No, present. Someone that you
Yeah,
could
that
see
we're
yourself
trying
like actually touring with, that you want to tour with.
I mean, I would love to tour with Long Beach Dub All Stars, Sublime with Rome. Like that would just be a dream. Like that would be crazy to just tour with those guys and just experience that. Dirty Heads. Again, like I would get random and like I'd tour with like Blind Melon, Eve Six, like the same, you know, because they're still around. They're still doing stuff, putting out new stuff. So big ups to those guys.
I mean, for me, it'd be obviously like some heavier stuff, but I would say Stone Temple Pilots.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, Rage Against the Machine. I know their tour's like on pause right now, but
like
cool.
a dog, you know, like a dog, it's on pause.
I would say Revolution. That'd be cool. Like, I've never played with you guys. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to do like Tenacious D. Like
Yeah.
Because like I follow him on Instagram and I'm like, damn, that guy is cool. And
Dude, I've been dying to meet Jack Black. I would not be able to have a breakfast with him. I would not be able to get through my meal, you know. I'd be dying.
Facts, man.
That's epic.
yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, we played with, you guys watched The Office?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We played with Creed Bratton. We played a show with Creed.
Yeah.
And he did like a storytellers and acoustic thing because he played in a band like back in the day, and that was
Yeah.
crazy.
That was hilarious.
Yeah,
Where was that?
that was
Dingbats.
That was a Dingbats
Yeah,
in
that
up
was-
northern New Jersey.
Jay-Z. Have you guys been to California yet? Have you guys played in
I've been
California?
there, but it's been a long time.
I was there. Yeah, it's been a long time too. I was there with an
More than 10
older
years ago.
band like over a decade ago that I was playing with. But yeah, we're trying to come back. Like, you know, like that's why I'm talking to you guys and shit too. Like, you know, making some friends. We're gonna go to Six Flags.
Well, I'm just saying, I gotta connect with Tribal Seeds. I could probably see if I could hook you guys up with the show.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
They're,
dude.
they're actually playing. Zeb, the drummer, is doing his own solo stuff. I think they just went down east to play a couple shows out there.
Yeah.
The bassist is actually a family friend of mine.
Oh, no
So
kidding.
yeah. So I'll let you
Well,
guys know. Can't
you
promise anything, but
Oh.
dude, California reggae vibe is amazing. It's so
Oh,
so nice. I mean, I've never been to the East Coast, but I know there's so many East Coast reggae bands as well.
Yeah,
But
like,
I mean, you guys don't just do reggae, but yeah.
yeah, it is the core of our music. Like something like Ballyhoo is one of those awesome bands, East Coast reggae bands, and like I definitely love to tour with those guys because
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
we've
Ballyhoo, Tropidelic. those guys,
Tropidelic
for
too,
sure.
yeah.
Yep.
Bumpin' Uglies, they're over there too. All those guys.
Tunnel Vision would be awesome.
Tunnel Vision, yeah, but we love West
West
Coast,
Coast,
too, like
yeah.
Tunnel Vision and oh man, just everybody.
Yeah.
Too many to count. Expendables, I believe, right? Or,
Yeah. They're Santa Ana, I think, right? Based out of Santa Ana.
Yeah.
If I'm not
And,
mistaken.
So we played with a couple West Coast awesome people too. We played with we were fortunate Drake to play with Brett from Pepper with his
Yeah.
the band The Bad Habits, and so we've been real. It's been awesome. I wouldn't trade anything for the world, and we just want to just keep it going and having fun.
That's awesome.
Heck
Well-
yeah. Well, we're really happy for you guys. Thank you so much for coming on and joining us today and you know, answering all our questions and just kind of being a part of the vibe. You know, we definitely appreciate that.
We appreciate you guys
before-
having us on to talk about us. Yeah, cheap promotion.
So do you have anything that you'd like to say to your fans or our listeners here that are tuning in?
First of all, we're fortunate for all of you guys to be here with us. Always stay positive, never give up. Yada yada yada. There's a bomb in the lasagna. Coleslaw all day. Don't trust. Never mind. I'm not even gonna go there.
Well, if he gives you the lip, make sure you give him the 2-piece extra crispy with no coleslaw.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Beautiful words of inspiration. I feel so inspired right now.
If all else fails, you hit him with a ladder like a TLC match. I see that green ladder back there, and I know
Yep.
you got chairs in there. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Hardy, best
Be like
TLC wrestler.
Jeff Hardy. Oh yeah, definitely. Hell yeah, yeah. We're wrestling nerds too.
Hardy
I'm
Boys
not
number
saying
two.
that you guys are wrestling nerds. I'm just saying we're among them.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, thank you again for coming on the show. You know, we wish you the best, and you know,
Appreciate you
we'll let you
guys.
know when this is released.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
We'll be in touch, and we'll send you. We'll show you guys out.
Well,
and
that was
show
P
you some love
Funk
and all that fun
North.
stuff. And when we come out there, make sure
If you haven't heard their
party.
music,
Sounds
it's
good.
very funky,
Awesome.
very ska. Like, you know, they have those little. They don't have a breakdown, you know. They have a ska down.
Ska down. Dude, they are probably the most humble artists that I think we've met.
Well, they're very fortunate.
Very
you know,
fortunate.
Very fortunate.
Oh my gosh. No,
Great
they were-
guys. You know, if you're feeling beachy vibes, listen to their music. If you're feeling like anxiety I loved only because of the message like behind it. Is like everyone feels that type of way at some point. So that's the reason I liked it. And check them out,
I
P
think
Funk
those are
North,
relevant.
Spotify, Instagram, any social network, and they have their own website, pfunknorth.com, I think it was. You know, check them out. I want to kind of talk a little bit about why we've been, you know, I released a little bit of a clip, but I want to talk about a little bit why we've been so MIA and kind of not
All
releasing
over.
anything. Yeah. So, yeah, Jake started a job. He could tell you a little bit about that.
Yeah, so now I'm traveling. I'm going to California, San Diego, Los Angeles, and so it's made it a little more difficult for Mario and I to coordinate our time. And he has some really awesome things happening for him now as well, and I'm really proud of him. And
Thank you. So I started my own business. I'm wearing one of the shirts, Crown Merch. So I'm going to be making promotional items, merchandise, T-shirts, flyers, you know, anything like that for bands, musicians, streamers, businesses, and all that. So I've been really invested in that, you know, and with Jake traveling, me being so invested in first off my full-time job and then the new company I started, it's just been such, you know, hard. The hardest part is scheduling around our schedules and then the artist schedules because the artists are performing now. They're like P-Funk, we couldn't schedule during the weekend because they were so busy with shows, which is awesome. It's awesome. Music's coming back, right? Music's coming back, but it sucks we couldn't get the schedules right because we're weekend podcasters. We schedule during the weekend, and when you can't during the weekend, it's hard.
That also means it's not going to stop us from doing what we're doing. We're still going to try to crank out some content for you guys, so that way you can enjoy this. We love you guys. We know that you guys are being supportive of us, and we really do appreciate that. So we are doing the best we can.
Honestly, this is like the highlight of my weeks is making the podcast, is getting to know a band or getting the information out so we could show you guys, hey, this is the new band to listen to. This is a reggae band that you should be listening to. This is a rapper you should be listening to. They come from humble beginnings like everyone else. Mm-hmm. And they just want to make it. They just want a chance. So that's why we're doing it. But we want to let you know we're not stopping. We love you. Like Jake said, this is just motivating us to, do more. But yeah, that's all from us. And
awesome.
P Funk North, check them out. And we love you guys. Stay safe.